It's time for the absolutely... I'm on my way! Completely! I'm almost there! Random! Why are there so many stairs? Podcast! Oh, jeez! With Andrew Rhodes.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the absolutely, completely random podcast for Friday, October 16th, 2020. Yes, I'm recording it a day early. You all know why. I'm your host, Andrew Rhodes, as always, here on the Web Designer 18 YouTube channel. And, all right, what am I talking about this week, basically? That's what you're here for. I mean, you're not here to hear my voice talk about, random stupid shit. You're here to know what I'm talking about this week here on the podcast. Well, I have an interesting topic that I don't really know exactly how valid it is anymore. So Level 5 announced a bunch of manga, announces Manga 5 publishing. But then I also saw something on Twitter about them shuttering most of their North American, they're shuttering their North American thing. So there is sort of that, but it's a mixed thing. But I'll talk about the Manga 5 publishing. That does seem interesting to me. Remember the Bathhouse that had the stolen Demon Slayer manga? Oh, there's a follow-up for that. Hey, who out there remembers Dr. Stone? Guess what? It's still coming back. We're still getting it. The Stone Wars teaser trailer has dropped, and by God, I'm excited for it. A pet fish has discovered a glitch in Pokemon Sapphire. A glitch that, honestly, I played Pokemon Sapphire. It was my first Pokemon game, and I didn't even know that. And, you know, what podcast would be complete without a freaking Hayao Miyazaki article at this point? Hayao Miyazaki apparently eats at Studio Ghibli's cafe like any other customer. Sure he does. All this and more, as usual, this week here on the podcast. But hey, you know the song and dance by now, I'm sure you do. ARHOADS-2012 on eBay. Wide variety of stuff up for sale. Come check it out. Trading cards, DVDs, video games, basically that stuff. One person's junk is another person's treasure. Come check out what I got. You might find something interesting. Remember, the holidays are fast approaching, and this prevents you from having to go out and hip check grandma as you're trying your damnedest to get your hands on that one thing that your friend might want for the holidays, whereas in all honesty, you could just get him something else. Yes, that's right. So just remember my eBay page, ARHOADS-2012 on eBay. Don't forget, you can also follow me over on Twitter at OtakerRoads. You can also subscribe right here to the official Web Designer 18 YouTube channel and check out the official Web Designer 18 Facebook page. All at your disposal here on the wonderful world of the internet. And, oh yeah, by the way, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Alright, so this is the part where I usually talk about how my week went, and, well, let's face it, it's just been a fucking shit show. It really has. So, still got my grandfather's funerals coming up, hence why I'm recording a day earlier, because I do not think that I'm going to be in the mood to really do much of anything after this is done. It's just World War fucking 3 within my family has already begun, and dear God, it's just getting nasty. So we got everything taken care of. Everything's all set up, ready to go. My mom and I are basically figuring out what's going to happen. Then afterwards, we're pretty much certain at this point that we will not have a home after this is all said and done. And in all honesty, I kind of believe it because, well, it's just the way things are going. We are probably definitely going to be out on our ass. So there is that. But we have like family causing issues. We have other problems going on. It's just a lot of stress-induced crap, all leading up to one day, which in all honesty just can't be over fast enough at this point. So, yeah, there is that. But that's pretty much been like the main focus of my week right now. It's just been one massive shit show after another with problem after problem after complaint after complaint. And then when the dust finally settles a little bit, then it kicks back up like a day later. It's just, it's getting to the point where it's driving me nuts. It really is. Otherwise, though, it's been a good week. I want to say for the most part, I've been watching a lot of the Space Teletubby game, Among Us. Checking out some stuff on YouTube, Google searching stuff, playing Puzzles and Dragons. It's basically been my week. It's been a dull week, like what have you done wise, but it's been a stressful week just with everything going on. I mean, it's get stuff together, get this together, figure out this, and it's been a pain in the fucking ass. I only had to work one day this week, hence why I'm recording this on a Friday. I only had to work Wednesday this week, which worked out really well for me because I really think I'm going to need today to get everything finalized for tomorrow. And oh yeah, it's just going to be fucking wonderful fucking day. It really is. But yeah, so that's basically been my week. There are videos that are scheduled to go up, so there will be content for a little while yet. Don't know how long. I have been trying to get stuff recorded. It's just been one of those, do I feel like recording something and it's like, I don't want to record something and then suddenly find out, hey, you guys got to leave and not be able to put it up and then just have it sitting there if it's something that's like time sensitive. So I've been trying to record stuff ahead of time that doesn't necessarily have to be time sensitive and trying my best to record it, get it fixed up, and get it up as quickly as I can. So that's basically been my week. It's been a freaking shit show. It really has. And it's just going to get worse before it gets better because once Saturday's done, the real, as Mitten Squad would often say and annoy me to some points, the real game will begin. But in this case, the real shit show will start. Because at that point, everything's going to be going to the wall. And I'm not looking forward to it. This is not going to end well. I can safely say that. And yeah, it's just going to be one of those massive, annoying things. But it's a pain in the ass. It really freaking is. But yeah, that's been my week, basically. I haven't really done much of anything. If I did, it wasn't really noteworthy because I mostly just sat on my butt most of the week, trying to get stuff done, doing this, and this while like sitting down. That's basically been my week. So yeah, that's basically it. So let's get into the podcast then, shall we? All right, so this is the topic that I don't really know how exactly you want to interpret this, good or bad, but it's just weird anyway. So I did see a thing on Twitter about level 5, and I actually have my Twitter up here so I can pull it up. But it was kind of weird. And then when I'm double checking a couple things, I'm like, well, wait a minute. I remember seeing something about this earlier on. And I'm just like, what the hell? Yeah, so there was an article, GameIndustry.biz. And by the way, there's a link to that in the description as well, stating that Level 5 is basically shuttering its North American company, or at least it's been. Whether or not that's true, I don't know. But basically it says that Level 5 has virtually halted operations in North America. It's been running on a skeleton crew since like 2019. And this was put up on Twitter like earlier in the week. So I was a little wearied then when last week there was an article, and this one came out on the 8th, and I thought it was kind of interesting then, but I already had the topics for the week, gotten already. So I figured, I'll push it off to next week. It's not really it can go up right away thing. But Level 5 basically announced a manga publishing. Manga 5, basically. So the video game developer and publisher located in Fukuoka, Japan, announced their new creation, Manga 5, a website where people can read other people's manga at the same time that they share their own. So basically, it's like webtoons. And yeah, okay, because you're wondering, okay, so they shuttered like a North American company or their North American operations, and they've now created this massive new project. So you're kind of wondering, are both of these things connected? And I don't know. That's just it. But according to Anime News Network, or ANN, both professionals and amateurs are welcome to submit their work. There'll be contests for Mangakai to compete in, and Code Geass's Lelouch, Japanese actor Jun Fukuyama, will publish some of his work here as well. So there's that to look forward to. And I do have to admit, some of this does look kind of cool, especially the video and the article here. It looks almost like webtoons. Honest to God, I swear it does. They've also released a list of the manga that will be automatically publish on Manga 5. So these are ones that are straight up going to that. You have The Map Makers by Yuichi Komori and Shujin Takaya. You have Kabayushiki Gashi Gokudo Game Gumi, I guess, by Monkey Chop. Cleo to Fushisha. Yeah, okay. Nomori by Tasuke Umika, and I do apologize. I know I'm butchering these. I guarantee it. Enma no, I can't tell, is that Kyujutsu Jitsu by Yumiko Sudo. Kimiwa no Shinai by Dakai Watanabe and Ume. I think I know it's screwing me up because there's like really little letters mixed in with the big ones. Daijobu Club by Mai Inoue. Yorozu Kaguya no oh gosh, yeah, screw it. You just pull them up in the thing. I'm tired of butchering these at this point. There's one's called like Next Adventure. But yeah, there's a grand total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 9. So there's 9 that's automatically going to be published. Now the site's already gone up as of now. It's live, so go check it out. But yeah, I'm tired of butchering those. You pull them up in the damn article. I'm making an ass out of myself there. But some of these do look pretty cool. I mean, there's a picture here of one. I think it's called The Map. It does look pretty damn cool. Oh, okay, that'll be The Map Makers. Okay, that's probably The Map Makers. And yeah, that does look pretty damn cool. But yeah, like I said, this basically just, honestly, to me, looks like webtoons taken to the next level. And for a damn good reason. But yeah, the preview video is like 2 minutes, 26 seconds long. It just says Level 5 presents Manga 5. And it's actually pretty cool. And then most of it's in Japanese, so I can't read it. So, of course. Yeah, but you got The Map Makers. That's pretty cool. Again, can't read Japanese, so it doesn't help me. It would be nice if this stuff was translated, you know, into English. But, of course, it's not. But yeah, this, I'm not going to lie, this does look pretty cool. And you can actually share your own and, you know, read others. So that's really cool. So basically, you're all critiquing each other, which honestly isn't a bad concept, because you could just look at this and go, okay, so we're just going to have like 1 or 2 things. Well, no, it's actually kind of interesting. So, yeah, I mean, it's not exactly a bad thing. So let's check out the site here. I can actually pull it up. Yay, I can pull up the site, hopefully. Let's see what this thing is all about here as it loads. Oh, that's cool. I always like websites that can have like the stuff scrolling as it's loading. That's actually kind of cool. Never learned how to do that. And that's the funniest thing, because I went to school for web design. I never learned how to do that. I know it's just like an animation thing. You just put the video on the thing and just overlay the rest of it. But still, I never learned how to do it. But yeah, this does look pretty cool. It is all in Japanese, though. So you will, I mean, if Google Translate doesn't work for you, which, here's a neat little tip. If you ever have to use Google Translate, for like websites and that, the website load up completely first, then do the translation, because otherwise it'll just keep coming up and saying unable to translate. I mean, it doesn't always work anyway, but still, that's what I usually find. But yeah, the 9 Up, and there's like a whole bunch here. Some of these look pretty cool. The Next Adventure looks kind of interesting. Like I said, the Map Makers looks kind of cool. A lot of these look really interesting, really unique. So yeah, I'm definitely down for this. This is cool. Yeah, still can't read a single word here other than things like what's down here in their little Twitter feed. That's about it, but otherwise, not too bad. Yeah. Yeah, I have to admit, this is an interesting concept. But granted, like I said, though, everything's in Japanese, so that does kind of make it a little more difficult to read and understand. But still, it's not a bad concept. I think it's pretty cool, and this is neat. So if you get a chance, go check it out. It's Manga 5. There's a link in the description. Go check that out. I mean, this thing is pretty damn cool. Wholeheartedly, this thing is... I mean, it's pretty neat for a site. I mean, I think... I mean, if I actually honestly had to pick between the two, I would definitely go more webtoons than this. But then again, I'm kind of biased towards webtoons at this point because I like webtoons. It's an interesting app. It really is. And you can read it on your computer, too. So, that's cool. Alright, so this one's definitely interesting. So, I'm sure everybody remembers the Bathhouse. I talked about it. It wasn't last week, but the week before. I do remember that. The Bathhouse that had the stolen Demon Slayer manga. You know, the one that we're not going to call the cops. We are believing that the goodness in your heart will allow you to return the manga to us. No questions asked. We're not going to call the cops. You know, that Bathhouse. I still get a kick out of that. Well, they apparently got more than they hoped for. So here's what happened. First off, I doubt highly the people that actually stole the manga returned it. So there's that. But back in September, the news story spread in Japan about the 20 volumes of Demon Slayer that got stolen from the Bathhouse Mori no Osen. So the Bathhouse responded that they are like, please don't call, we're not going to call the cops, just return it to us. We know that, you liked it too, that's fine, just bring us back to 20 volumes. Like I said, I could understand if it was like 1 or 2 volumes, like they might have just sat there for a while. It's like, yeah, no, I brought this with me. They realized as they got home, oh shit, no, I didn't bring this with me, crap, and then take it back. Of course, like I said, there's an easier way to prevent this from happening in the future. Just put one of those little stupid magnet strips inside and problem solved. Of course, it'll come off, but still, just mark them or something. Mark the inside or something, and then you'll know it's yours, morons. But, I just love this. So, they went on social media and they were asking, please return them. The story went viral, and readers at Otaku USA were asking, were the stolen manga returned? No. As far as we know, no reports are coming out that the thief has returned the volumes. No, because those sons of bitches are gone. I guarantee you they were sold on eBay and they're out of the country by now. So, no, they're not coming back. I doubt it highly if they would. However, manga lovers from the community have come together and more than made up for the missing books. And this is the part that I love here. This is funny. So it's like, remember that they did not want to call the cops. We're not going to call the cops. We're not going to get, the cops involved here. So, according to the Japanese site Grape, the owner of the Bathhouse found 7 boxes of books in front of the business on October 2nd. 8 days later, by October 10th, a whopping 190 volumes of Demon Slayer had been donated. The donations also come with letters. There is one in the article here you can read, where it's basically, it says, Dear Osen no Mori, pleased to make your acquaintance. I saw what happened on Twitter. In an incomplete world, we need love rather than anger. This is one of my favorite sayings. When the originals don't come back to you, I hope we can all come together and join forces. I get a fucking kick out of this. So, the original 20 volumes that were at the Bathhouse are long fuck gone. I can guarantee you that. So now they have like 190 volumes of Demon Slayer. How many volumes exist of this, by the way? Because they were only missing 20 volumes. That means that they now have 170 extra. Provided that they probably have like one whole set of each. How many? That's the question. I never bothered to look that up. How many volumes of Demon Slayer actually exist? Hold on. Demon Slayer. Okay, I don't know how many volumes of this actually exist. Okay, there we go. Wikipedia. Okay, so there's 23 volumes, I think, according to Wikipedia here. Yeah, 23 volumes of the manga. Okay, so only volumes 1 through 20 were stolen. Yes, they stole 20 volumes. So 1 through 20 are stolen. So even taking into consideration that if we have all 23 volumes, we're looking at, with 190, that's a hell of a lot more. That's way more than you lost. I just get a... I just get a kick out of this. So, like, we're not going to call the cops. No, you're not going to call the cops. You're just going to put a passionate plea out on social media for the guilty party to bring it back. And because, that's probably impossible at this point anymore because they're long the fuck gone, you basically just up and get a whole crap ton of donations. I would just take those and, again, mark your goddamn manga. Seriously, just you can get like a stamp, like a little star or something, get a symbol and stamp the inside of it. And you'll like stamp a random page in each one. And just like that, boom, like down in the corner, boom, here's boom. And that solves the problem of this ever happening again. Because, hey, guess what? We marked our manga. We know which ones are ours. We marked it with a little stamp. Oh, look, that matches our stamp. It's ours. Seriously. Or initial it in pen or something or both. I mean, I just can't understand the concept here of that's the first thing I would have done. If I would have ever had a section where here's a whole crap ton of manga that I have that you can read, I'm expecting you to put it back on the shelf when you're done. You can't take it home with you. But that's the general idea. I would mark those things with like a name or something, or a symbol and a name that tells them that this belongs to that group. And then just like that, if it winds up on eBay, it was stolen. Unless it was part of a bunch that's like, yeah, we sold that, at which point, you would just put like another little symbol that says, oh no, that symbol signifies that it was sold. Like a little dot or something signifies that it was, part of a bunch that they sold for charity or something. But honestly, how the hell did they manage to do this? And none of them ever went missing before. Like I said, I could see like 1 or 2 volumes going missing. I really could, because like I said, somebody could easily just read that, think, oh, I brought, I brought a bunch of stuff with me, like, all your stuff, because it's a bathhouse, for God's sake. And it's like, I brought this and this with me, and then they walk off with it, only to get home and realize, wait, mine's on my shelf. Oh, crap. And then they just take it back the next day. I mean, that's what I would assume. But no, it bothers me that they never considered possible theft as a reasoning behind this idea of, hey, why don't we just up and figure out a solution for this prior to it happening? I just get a kick out of this, that honestly, they got that nothing like this had ever happened prior to this, first off, and that now, not only did they probably get back the 20 volumes that they lost from donations alone, but they have at least 5 or 6 complete sets. Well, at least 5 or 6 complete sets. So, I mean, holy hell. You're safe. You're covered for a long time. But do us a favor, please. Get a stamp. There's companies you can, get a stamp from. You can easily, they'll, produce it customized for you. Get a stamp. Or a set of labels or something. And label your goddamn manga. Put a little label over the barcode or something. I know the Japanese manga have a dust cover on it. Figure something out, and for God's sake, do that and prevent this from happening again, please. You got lucky this time. I would not push. I would not roll the dice again. You got lucky. Very, very, very lucky. Don't roll the dice. Don't poke the bear on this one. Just mark the damn manga. I don't understand how that was that difficult of a concept. Just mark the damn manga. God. But still, this is a nice little outcome, though, to a story that was definitely on the sadder end of the spectrum. You figure somebody stole manga. Yeah, it was horrible. This is a nice little solution, but then again, we should have never had the initial issue in the first place if they had just marked the stuff. I mean, hell, my high school marked the library books. You couldn't just hold the library book ransom at home. They knew it was theirs, unless it was one that was given away, and then they usually marked on it. They usually had a stamp that had a line going through it that they put 2 or 3 over it, because I got a few of them when they were cleaning out older books. I got a couple of them because they were giving them away. I'm like, oh, hey, I'll take this one, and I'll take this one. And they actually put a stamp on it, because there's a couple stamps, and they put a couple withdrawn stamps, and then they put a line through the one because it was no longer their property, because they got rid of it. And yeah, do something like that and prevent this from happening in the future. It's a rubber stamp costs maybe $5. You can get labels made that'll cost you even less, depending on how you do it. Hell, get a computer and some label makers yourselves. You can do it yourselves. For God's sake, do something to prevent this from happening again. Please. Please. You got lucky. Don't poke the bear and don't roll the dice again. But it's a nice outcome. Just don't let it happen again. Please. Okay, so first off, I have been looking forward to Dr. Stone Season 2 since Season 1 ended. And honestly, Season 1 ended in the middle of the blue ball seasons of the anime season that year. Because you had Fire Force that basically blue balled everybody. You had Dr. Stone that blue balled everybody. There's 2 or 3 anime series that premiered that same season that just blue balled everybody upon their season finales. And oh my god, it was horrible, because I remember I was like, Fire Force just blue balled us, Dr. Stone just blue balled us, and I forget what the other one was that blue balled us, but there's 3, and I'm like, it was annoying. But good news for those of you that have been waiting for Dr. Stone Season 2, because the Stone Wars are upon us. That's right. It's time to go medieval on their asses. I'm sorry, that was a good one. Yeah, it's time to go medieval on their asses. So a teaser trailer for Dr. Stone Stone Wars, the second season of the anime, was released on Twitter last week. And oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. It's only 30 seconds long. It's not bad. I do like it. I mean, then again, I liked the series. I fell in love with this one almost instantaneously when it premiered. I was like, yep, this is it. I love this show. This is good. That's it. We're good. We're good now. This was one of the best anime of that season. I forget what the other one... I know we had this one, we had Fire Force. What the hell was the third one that I was watching at the same time as these two? I thought they were really good, but we had those two, and I was like, yep, this is it. We're good. The world is at peace now. But the trailer was released last week. It's already when it premiered last week, it had gained 100,000 views almost instantly. That tells you something. This was a highly anticipated show. Hell, it already had a parody. At least 2 or 3 people did fan-based parodies of it as abridged versions. And there was one that I think was only like 3 or 4 episodes, and honestly, they could have did that one a little better. But this was not a bad series, especially so far. The first season was beautiful. I mean, hell, basically, and this is my recap of it for those of you that have never seen Dr. Stone or, haven't actually had a chance to watch it. First off, get your ass in gear and watch it because this is a damn good series. And second, you really want to be caught up by the time season 2 starts, which is expected in January. So, what ends up happening is, all of a sudden, one day, a bright light shines, and everybody's turned to stone in the world. Every single person. Animals started turning to stone first, and after that, that was it. Like, hold on, I could probably pull up the whole synopsis here. Give me a minute. But, yeah, basically, animals started turning to stone. Then, all of a sudden, people turned to stone, and that was it. That was freaking it. That was done. Yeah. Okay. So, all right. I'm almost sure. I know that there's a plot synopsis here that I can just pull up and read what the plot synopsis is. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. It's been running. Yeah. So, yeah. Dr. Stone was a weekly Shonen Jump series. Been running since March of 2017. This was 2 years ago. November 19th article from Otaku USA, because they have the plot synopsis. So one fateful day, all of humanity was petrified by a blinding flash of light. After several millennia, high schooler Taiju awakens and finds himself lost in the world of statues. However, he's not alone. His science-loving friend Senku's been up and running for a few months, and he's got a grand plan in mind to kickstart civilization with the power of science. Almost makes that song Weird Science. It almost makes that song Weird Science from the 80s have much more meaning now. So yeah, the second season scheduled to debut in January. Crunchyroll is going to be streaming the subtitled version everywhere except for Asia, and Funimation is going to be streaming the dubbed version. The trailer previously was shown at Crunchyroll 2020 Expo, an event which involved animation producer Shusuke Katagiri, chief animation director Mari Tominaga, and director Shinya Aino. At the time, Katagiri said he hadn't anticipated how big Dr. Stone was going to get. No, this thing blew the fuck up fast. This was your honest to God, this was your show that you watched this. It was like science class, but a hell of a lot more fun. It's basically what it was. I mean, the story is interesting. The plot was good. There weren't really any dull episodes in the first season. Each one kept you hooked for the next, because when the credits started rolling, you thought there was still time left. It's like, okay, so there's going to be like a little more in the episode, and then the credits start rolling. It's like, oh, son of a bitch, it's done for the week already? Oh my God, no. The franchise also has gotten the word out about the second season because of its collaborations with Snickers, which, yeah, big surprise there. Because apparently, you're not you when you're hungry, and it might just turn you to stone. See, I remember the Snickers commercial I thought up in my head when that really shitty Godzilla movie in 2014 came out. And I was like, they should have just had Godzilla, like, rampaging in Tokyo, and all of a sudden, like, some of the guys down there, and like in the actual Godzilla-like fashion, where the words move faster than the mouths, go and tell their buddy, you should eat a Snickers, and you have Godzilla roar, and all of a sudden it's like, because you start destroying Tokyo when you're hungry, because you turn into Godzilla and destroy Tokyo when you're hungry, and then they just like chuck a Snickers up at Godzilla. It's like, better, and then their buddies like back to being a human goes, better. That would have been a much better Snickers commercial than what we got was Godzilla, wake. He was like what, water skiing? That was what we, yeah, that's what it was. That's what we got. Godzilla water skiing. Mine was a little better. But yeah, I actually plan on checking out the second season, hopefully, of Doctor Stone. This does interest me because I liked Doctor Stone. I liked the first season, and like I said, it blue balled my ass. It fucking blue balled me. I mean, I love this show. This is the type of series that not only hits home, but when it nails, and I mean when it nails something, it really nails it. Because you had the world turns to stone. It's all petrified in an instant. Then you have everything that's going on with, when Senku wakes up and he's like, okay, what the hell's going on? And he's trying to figure out how to jumpstart civilization. He's trying to figure out how to survive. Realizing that, okay, I'm not strong enough to get the materials that I need. Now, how the hell did I wake up so I can go find somebody to help me? Where's the damn idiot? And then he realizes that, okay, I know where my buddy is. Now, how the hell did I wake up? Oh, look, nitric acid from the back guano. Of course, that's what did it. Nice. Then he just creates his, revival juice and brings back Taiju. And then, of course, he has to bring back the girl that he likes because, what's good. I mean, I really hate to say it this way, but they did make a point of it in the anime. You really can't Adam and Eve things with two atoms. It doesn't exactly work in a new civilization. And they did make a joke about that in the first couple episodes, so that does work out. But yeah, so you figure it worked out really well. They brought them back. Of course, then they ended up having to awaken a really angry, pissed off individual who his entire goal was that the older generation was too weak, the younger generation should rule, and has set forth to basically go, only the strong will survive, and yeah, that bullshit's not going to happen. Then there's also the fact that we find out there's actually other people that were never petrified. And you can tell the petrified ones from the unpetrified ones by the cracks on their skin that can never heal. It's their permanent marks. Like Senku's is the cracks right there at his eyes, like right by his eyebrows, because when the stone cracked, it can't be healed. And that's basically how some of them are getting their marks. And those marks signify that they were petrified. So they're part of the petrified or the legendary people. And what's interesting is that we find out that the village that Senku found... Oh, by the way, big-ass spoilers, but this series has been out for a while now. I'm sure everybody's seen it. But if you haven't, big spoiler. We find out that the village that Senku found is actually named after him. It's the village that his father had created when him and the other members from the space station returned to Earth as quickly as they could, and as dangerously as they could, mind you, because, hey, civilization's completely screwed, and we need to figure out a way to fix this and fix it fast. And they came back to Earth, they realized, okay, there's nothing we can do. Now, granted, they landed on an island far the hell away. I don't really know what exactly their massive plan was, and they even kind of admitted it. And I think it would have worked out better had they have taken the opportunity, built a boat, and tried to get to like one of the major metropolitan cities, or just one of the cities. But where they landed at, I think was like South America, if I remember correctly. It was South America was about where they landed at. So that's where they set up base camp, and that's where they basically lived. But the problem was, there was nothing they could do. They had found some of the petrified people, but that was it. There's nothing they could do. They set up the village, and now, I think it was like millions or billions of years later, when Senku awoke from the petrification, and he was counting the whole time, and honestly, that would bug the living shit out of me, because he was counting to keep himself from falling into a deeper state, for one, and to keep all of his faculties going so he'd know and keep track as to what the hell's going on for when he does break free, which I thought was really interesting. So that proves to you that he's a really brainy character. So you have this whole thing going on, but then we find out that the village that he finds is named after him. It's literally the village that his father had created because that was the only thing they could think of. It's like, let's try to repopulate as much as we can. But of course, if I remember correctly, there's only like 3 girls and 3 guys. Doesn't exactly do much, and then you're gonna have inbreeding. So yeah, there was that. It's all this. You can see it all in the show. You can see it all in the show. Just watch the damn episodes. But basically, everybody died off. Senku's father got with the singer, the actress. I guess she was what she was, the entertainer. He got with her, and you can definitely see the family resemblance. Although Senku isn't related to him by blood, so there is that. But you can see the resemblance with the 2 daughters. Well, actually, the 3 daughters, technically. The 3 daughters of the... the 3 daughters of the main family. You can kind of see the resemblance, at least for 2 of them. Like the 2 oldest ones and the slightly with the youngest one too, that wears the watermelon on her head because she's got bad eyesight. And I love how they're like, well, it's the blurry eye sickness. No, it's called you need glasses, and Senku solves that problem instantly. Then it's like, oh, well, we need this and that. Yeah, here, let me build this shit for you out of literally nothing. Here, let me show you my godlike powers and do absolutely nothing to stop this. So here you go. Here's this, and here's this. This is a really good show. If you get a chance to watch it, I highly recommend watching season 1. In fact, I actually want to try to binge watch season 1 if I can, granted with everything going on right now with me, before season 2 starts, because I loved season 1. Season 1 was so good. As you find out that Senku's father, did everything that he could for his friends and crewmates. He started the village. He left a message to Senku that only he would find, as he knew he would be the only one that could find it, and everything else. And it was just a wonderful, wonderful first season. And honestly, so long as it doesn't screw itself over, I see it doing extremely well for season 2. Because this thing blew the hell up. And I mean, it just blew up out of nowhere. I for the life of me, I cannot remember what that third is. I know it was 3 anime. There were like 3 anime that came out that season. I think it was the fall season. There's like 3 of them that came out, and I'll be damned if I remember what the third one was, because I just remember I just got blue balled by all 3, and I was pissed about it. I could go back through Twitter, but I'd really have to look. But yeah, if you get a chance to watch this, I highly recommend it. I'm looking forward to season 2. This is going to be a really, really good show, and kudos to the creators of this. You got yourselves a winner here. And plus, if you've ever read the manga, you kind of know what's coming up. You kind of know what's going to happen. We find out more stuff, but still, I love this. I mean, I'm going into this, I'm watching the anime first, and I know a lot of people get pissed off when fans do that. It's like, oh, you only saw the anime. You don't know what happens in the manga. No, I've heard rumors of what happens in the manga, and I'm trying my damnedest to not do that, because the manga and the anime are going to differ from time to time. It can't be a carbon copy perfect match. So no, I don't know what happens in the manga, and I'd like to keep it that way. Just let me enjoy the show. I'm liking this show. I'm not going to argue this show. Just let me watch the damn show. But still, I'm looking forward to season 2. This is going to be cool. Stone Wars. You can finally take that guy down, and then we can start anew on this next plane of existence. Of course, then, there's always going to be like another enemy or something on our luck, and that's going to be the interesting thing, is to, well, who's the next person that's going to get taken down? Then again, you're going up against God-level Senku here. If he can take down this guy that basically deals in nothing but massive physical force, I don't think anybody will stand a chance against him. That'll be it. So, yeah, this is going to be interesting to see. The Stone Wars begin in January. Oh, I can't wait. Okay, so this is an interesting thing here. Now, I know that gamers often find glitches in games, exploits, bugs, and stuff like that. And they have made a massive name for themselves by going, hey, I found this or this. And whenever a new game comes out, even some of the older games, you always have people that are looking for like bugs that nobody's ever heard of before. glitches that nobody's ever seen. I mean, how would we have found the missing no glitch in Pokemon Red and Blue if somebody hadn't have found it first? Or the fact that people were persistent that you could get Mew by using strength on a truck in the SSN, which is complete and total bullshit, by the way. Or all the other glitches. Hell, I mean, well, then again, Gen 1 and 2, well, Gen 1 at least, was nothing but a glitch filled mess of a game that, honestly, all the Pokemon were OP the minute they dropped. I mean, why do you think they remade it for Gen 3? That's the exact, honest to God, that's like the exact reason why we got Fire Red and Leaf Green when Ruby and Sapphire came out, was because of how OP the Gen 1 Pokemon were in the original Gen 1 games. They had to nerf them and come out with them. Plus, you couldn't transfer from Crystal, from Gold, Crystal, from Gold, Silver, and Crystal from GSC. You couldn't transfer from that over to Hoenn, so they needed a way for people to play. I mean, that's why we had Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green, Pokemon, Coliseum, Pokemon XD, Gale of Darkness. Those were your ways of getting the characters from said game and games that you couldn't get in Sapphire and Ruby. Because, hey, guess what? They don't exist there. I mean, Tyranitar was the big baddie for Coliseum. You had to use the Master Ball to catch Tyranitar. There was, you had Lugia in XD Gale of Darkness. There was the legendary dogs that would roam around Fire Red and Leaf Green. Of course, you could get all three of them in Pokemon Coliseum. There were so many Pokemon that it's like, here's the thing, here's what you get, and blah, 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 insert, stuff here, because they knew that, one, Gen 1 was overpowered, and two, you couldn't transfer the shit. So why am I talking about Gen 3? Because it all ties in here. So, a YouTuber's pet beta fish has accidentally stumbled into a rock duplication glitch in Pokemon Sapphire that doesn't appear to have been previously reported. Yes, you heard me right. A fish. An actual fish. This is interesting. So Lala, who belongs to Japanese YouTuber, and I am going to mispronounce this, I know it, Muteki Maru, oh no, maybe not, was wandering around the 2002 Game Boy Advance game's seafloor cavern when it made the discovery. The fish was pushing boulders around with the help of the HM strength. The ability for that stupid hidden move ability that every game had for the longest time. Yeah, which honestly, that should have just been a no-brainer. The Pokemon can push boulders. You don't need a move for that. Thank you. But I'm not going to get into that. But anyway, it was pushing the boulders around for several minutes, and eventually the boulders started to multiply when pushed. Moving in a specific pattern, you were able to reset some of the rocks, and instead of moving them around, you can create duplicates. Pokemon modder Eclipse_TT, who shared a clip of the discovery, explained on Twitter, Muteki Maru was able to later go back and recreate the glitch. And there is a video here of it. So yeah, this is actually kind of interesting. It's a 5-minute, 19-second video titled "A Bug is Found in Pokemon Sapphire." So this is actually pretty cool. Finding previously unknown glitches in a decades-old game is rare for humans, but it's pretty much unheard of for fish. So this is impressive. But I do kind of like this. I mean, the fish is just like, the fish is perfect on here. You can see like how the fish is moving. I do love this, how they have everything, how the YouTuber had everything set up for the fish to do this and to actually play the game. I think this is kind of cool. But yeah, you watch this and you can actually see the boulders and that, like reset, duplicate, and everything else. Now, of course, they ended up having a battle then too in it, but shit happens. But still, this is quite interesting. Okay, so here we go. They're moving the one rock up underneath the... Okay, that's pretty cool. But, yeah. This is interesting. I am not gonna lie. But yeah, like you said, it's unheard of. It's very rare for humans to find these glitches, but practically unheard of for animals to find them. I mean, an animal managed to find the freaking glitch. A fish, no less. And there you go. All of a sudden, hey, the boulders are back to normal. And it's like, what the hell? Yeah, and it's freaking, yeah, that's cool. I'm not gonna lie. So, the fish found a glitch in a game that's been out for almost, 2 decades? Almost 2 decades. Yeah, almost 2 decades. What was it, 2002? Yeah, so almost 2 decades. Almost. It's an almost 2-decade-old game, and a fish found a glitch. That's cool. But, I know out there you're asking, how the hell did this fish find this glitch? So how did Lala discover one? Well, back in June, Muteki Maru used a tracking camera and a circuit board to calculate inputs for the game based on which quadrant of the fish tank their fish swam to. The YouTuber then put Lala and 3 other fish to work playing Pokemon Sapphire to see if they could, given enough time, eventually clear the entire game through random luck. It's basically that similar scenario of you stick 1,000 monkeys in a room with 1,000 typewriters and they will eventually create the Great American Novel. In this case, it's, I'm going to use a tracking camera and a circuit board to create a way for my fish to play Pokemon Sapphire and see if given enough time they can beat this bitch. And that's basically what it is, and I love that. Holy crap, that is funny. The effort, though, has drawn inspiration from past projects like Twitch Plays, Pokemon, and is also based in part on a similar fish tank gaming interface. Dreamed up back during the 2014 Hack New York Hacking Festival. So far, though, this appears to be the first attempt that's ever led to a genuinely new gameplay discovery. It only took Lala and company 2,333 hours to find their first glitch. Who knows what else they'll uncover over the rest of their journey. I mean, too bad they couldn't find a glitch. Yeah, that would have been funny if there'd be a glitch like right at the start, like, you go up against this part of your room 3 times. And then you move here twice, or you go over to like the bed and you like hit the computer a couple times. Then you go set the clock, and as you go downstairs, you're instantly transported to the Hall of Fame and you've won the game. That's what you call speedrunning. If that glitch would exist in this game and nobody's found it, that would be hilarious. I mean, that would be something like all of a sudden you go up to the desk, or you go up to your bed 3 times. Or you go over, then you go over to like the wall and you like run into the wall for like 3, you press up 3 times on the wall. Then you quick run down to the other wall, then to the left, and then to the right. Then you go to the computer like 3 times, on, off, on, off, on, off, on, off. Then you go over, set the clock. Then as you go downstairs, you're instantly transported to the Hall of Fame. That would be a glitch that if somebody would find that, I would lose my shit. I would just lose it then. But still, this is impressive. First off, this proves that the fish are definitely smarter than humans. Of course, it's also random luck, but still, they found a glitch. Nobody else has discovered this prior to this, and that's impressive. So congratulations to Lala and company for finding a glitch. Congratulations. Hopefully we'll have more from you in the future. Hopefully your gaming careers or just starting. Of course, they're fish, so their lifespan and everything else. But hopefully you have a really good gaming career, and hopefully we see more from you. Because you honestly did good here. You did good, fish. You did good. All right, so let's round up the podcast in this week with a wonderful topic from good old Studio Ghibli. So who out there remembers the name Hayao Miyazaki? Is, you know, the man who retires more times than I change underwear. Yes, that man. Well, apparently, he eats at Studio Ghibli Cafe like any other customer. No. He doesn't come in on a golden cloud, or he doesn't, like, come in riding, you know, the caterpillar bus from My Neighbor Totoro. No. He doesn't sit upon a throne of the creations that he has made and had a part of. No. He eats like any other customer. Uh-huh. Sure. Okay, yeah, he eats like any other customer. I'll fucking believe that when I see it. So Japan is a thing for specialty cafes. No shit. That's a fucking no-brainer. Well, it's got a thing for specialty cafes. Yeah, that's nothing new. I mean, you have the Gundam one. There's like a Sailor Moon one. This is like one I think for almost every other anime series. So yeah, no, duh. So, including the Studio Ghibli Museum's Straw Hat Cafe. The other day, Studio Ghibli founders Hayao Miyazaki and Toshio Suzuki attended their cafe like any other customers. And they shared a video of it. Like any other customers, my ass. Along with the two Ghibli giants was Hayao's son, Goro Miyazaki. In a video shared by the Japanese site Grape, you can see the men come in, order, wait their turn, eat outside, and gush over how great the food is as they thank the staff. Okay, there's ass kissing, there's weird ass kissing, and then there's needless product placement ass kissing. Which does this fall under? Look, I get it, okay? You guys are the heads of the Studio Ghibli thing. You eat like everybody else, like any other, person. You wait your turn. Well, yeah, no shit. Have you ever cut in line of somebody at a fast food restaurant or a cafe or a restaurant or just anywhere where there's food served? You don't cut in front of people when food is on the line. I mean, you want a prime example? Ask a couple people that have cut in front of people at Starbucks. Ask them what happens. Bad shit is what happens. Bad shit. So according to Grape, though, the Studio Ghibli Museum's Straw Hat Cafe had been closed for a while because of the COVID-19 pandemic. And this video is here to show that the cafe is back open and that social distancing rules are in place and the staff is wearing masks, are wearing masks. You can see Miyazaki use some hand sanitizer when he first steps into the building. Oh, that's so nice. You care so much about us. Thank you, Miyazaki. I mean, no disrespect to the man. I mean, seriously, but for God's sakes, you're stroking your own ego with this. You had a hand in Studio Ghibli. This entire cafe is based off of your creations. Kiss off. I'm sorry, kiss off. You know damn well that you're gonna get special treatment here. I guarantee you there was like a discount or something. They're just not telling us. I mean, no disrespect to the man. This is honestly pretty cool, and you can tell, hey, look, the cafe is open. Hey, look, it's endorsed by the people behind Studio Ghibli, the heads of this place. You know, the two Ghibli giants, basically, were here eating. Well, of course, they got to give the place their seal of approval, otherwise it sucks. I mean, come on. Even I can freaking tell you this. The video also shows that the cafe has a new menu. Did you get a load of the cream soda float Miyazaki can't resist? It's oh my god. I'm saying the fuck out of this. So, what does this basically mean in general? Miyazaki eats like everybody else. We fucking knew this. I mean, he's a regular person just like everybody else. He puts his pants on one leg at a time like everybody else. The man just retires more times than I change underwear. I mean, seriously, every time you turn around, I'm retiring. I am not going to retire now. I am retiring. I think I still have another movie in me yet. I feel like I should retire now. I'm going to keep going for one more movie. No, I better retire. I think I've had my fill. You know what? We still have one more movie to do. I'm feeling ambitious. I'm kind of tired this morning. I should just retire. Hey, you know what? I had a really good bowel movement after lunch. I think we can do another 2 movies or something. I'm sorry. The man retires. He changes his mind more times than I change my goddamn underwear. It's just that goddamn funny. But yeah, so you actually watch the video. It's like 3 minutes and 11 seconds of Miyazaki and the others at this cafe. And honestly, it's just, I just, for God's sake. Look, I get it, okay? It's just hilarious at this point that it must have been a slow news week. This honestly must have indicated this was a slow news week. If we're talking about Miyazaki going to a goddamn cafe. And it's just like, oh yes, I'm Miyazaki. Yeah, no freaking shit. And it's like, they just basically looks like they're meeting the staff. He's sitting there. And they're talking with it. Oh, yeah, no, yeah. Oh, yeah, he eats there like everybody else. Yeah, I don't know of any cafe in the world where the staff will come out, stand around and introduce themselves as you sit there and look at them like, oh, yeah, this is nice. And then everybody else, that looks like nothing but staff behind his ass. What the hell? That looks so fake as hell. Oh, my God. And he's got, oh, my God, this is hilarious. This is freaking hilarious. They gave him a ticket for, I guess, to get his food. I don't see any other. This looks like it's nothing but the freaking workers. Like it's the freaking workers from the freaking park. You have the lady taking the video. They're getting different angled shots here. They're getting pictures of them eating the food and shots of them eating the food. And then you have like these guys in the back here. Look like they're security guards. Like, I know if somebody tries to go after Miyazaki, I gotta go after them first. I gotta tackle them to the ground. that's what the guy looks like. Holy crap! But yeah, it's basically just that. I mean, it's a freaking. I mean, for God's sake, you have like maybe one other customer in here, and I think it's Miyazaki's son. I think everybody else in here either works at the goddamn park, or, are business connections that are there just to pad out the fucking video and make it look like there's other people there. Because, like, how many cafes do you know of where you basically have this? Here, let's just sit here outside. I'll introduce the staff to you. That's bullshit. That is freaking bullshit. I'm sorry, that's bullshit. Oh man, this has got to be a slow news week or something, right? I mean, I'm literally sitting here watching a video of Miyazaki eating a cream soda float. Oh, okay. All right. This is, wow. Wow. Okay. 3 minute, 10-second video of Miyazaki basically, thanking the staff now and walking away. And yeah. Okay. Okay. I think it's the people that work at the museum. I swear to God, it looked like the curators and like the higher up officials that work at the museum that were there at the cafe to eat lunch. That's honest to God all it looks like. And he eats there like a normal person. I don't know of a normal restaurant where they'll come out and introduce the entire staff. I mean, I don't go to McDonald's and they don't like bring out the employees from the back like the Von Trapp family and it's like, here, let me introduce you to the people that are going to be serving you your food today. This is Chuck. He's on the fryer. So if you get French fries or something, he's going to be the one in charge of it, as well as Susan here. You have Tim, Jim, and Bob. They're working the burgers. So if you get a cheeseburger, they're going to be the ones that are going to be helping you. Dane here, Dane here's got the chicken nuggets. Then you have, your cashier here and all the other people. Oh, by the way, this is the one that's going to be cleaning your bathroom if you have to go in there. And this one over here is going to be, like, cleaning up the table when you're done, wiping it down and everything, because just on the off chance that you might accidentally, make a mess on the table, we have to clean it up. I don't know of any restaurant that brings their fucking employees out, introduces themselves, and then you can walk in. Yeah, no, that was fucking bullshit. I'm sorry, that was bullshit. Then you have the guy back there in, like, the blue shirt, like he's security. Like, if somebody tries to go after Miyazaki, I have to jump in front of him. He's very important. I'm the bodyguard here. Oh my god. You watch the video. That's the best laugh you're gonna get today, I swear. Oh my god, that's hilarious. So anyway, that's more from the wonderful world of Hayao Miyazaki. If he were to die, I'm gonna lose like a whole bunch of fun jokes. I can have at his expense. I'm sorry. I can have a good joke at his expense. He's basically opened the door for this, but dear God. I mean, he's eating at a restaurant. They brought out the staff, for God's sake. You eat there like everybody else. So that means if I go to that cafe, they're going to bring the staff out and introduce themselves to me, and then I can walk inside and order my meal. Ah, come on. That's hilarious as hell. That's freaking... Yeah, no way. I don't buy that for beans. Alright, everybody, that's going to do it then this week for the Absolutely Completely Random podcast. Hopefully this won't be the last episode. I'm honest to God hoping. I don't know what the future's going to hold, like I said, and how my week went. I don't exactly know what's going to happen here. But, yeah, either way, hopefully this isn't the last episode, at least not for good anyway. Hopefully, if anything, it might just be a temporary hiatus, but hopefully this isn't going to be the last episode. But either way, thank you all for tuning in this week. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Check out my other videos. There's some new Andrew Rants videos that are out, some Andrew Discusses videos that are coming out. I still have Andrew Reviews that is up. You can watch a lot of those. Watch a whole bunch of my other videos. And hey, don't forget, I got the monthly Q&A videos too. You can go back through and watch. I'll probably be recording October's earlier due to the fact that I don't know what the situation is going to be. And since I'm going to double check like the questions, and I'll put out like one final plea for questions. Depending on how many I have, I might put out one final plea to basically get the questions that I might need. And then just record that early because I don't know what's going to happen, so there is that. But either way, thank you all so much for tuning in this week to the Absolutely Completely Random podcast. I'm Andrew Rhodes, Web Designer 18 here on YouTube. And until next time, stay safe, stay happy, and above all else, enjoy. Catch us next time here on the Web Designer 18 YouTube channel. Bye, everybody.